welcome to CLK Creates. I'm CLK, Candace Kitchen, and here is where I talk about my crafty adventures, usually knitting, quilting, cross-stitch, crochet, and more. Thank you to the subscribers who have come back, and thank you and welcome to the new subscribers that have just found me. I have been away from here for quite a bit of time. I think it was May, the last time I recorded a video. It has been a while. One of the things is being a woman of a certain age comes with certain health emergencies. I'm all fine, everything's good, but a real pain in the you-know-what. And as you probably can hear, I am still dealing heavily with my allergies. This is not a cold. My allergies have been so bad. Twice now I've tried to record within this time frame, not just, today, but within this time frame, I've been trying to do a podcast twice. And each time I sound like Barry White. I sounded so much deeper than this. And I was coughing and sneezing and coughing and it was nonstop. Nonstop. Anyhow, yeah. I would have done it with sounding like Barry White, but whatever. Yeah, the coughing and the sneezing part wasn't fun. So now I have a nasal spray to help as on top of my medication. I just started a couple of days ago, so who knows, but I'm hoping it really starts to kick in soon and help with what's going on here. It's all here. Affects my my eyes. So I haven't been doing as much cross stitching. I have been, but not as much as I would like to. It gives headaches, just tired, drained. Ugh. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. I'm done whining about it, but hopefully it all helps. And the fall is really, today is July 30th, by the way. So I'm recording this on July 30th. And, we're closer to the end of the summer, going into the fall soon. Hard to believe. I cannot believe how fast everything has gone by. So yeah, I will hopefully get some relief in the fall, definitely in the winter. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I keep looking down because I have to go over my notes because, it's been a while and I haven't done this in a while. So I wrote little notes for myself just to follow along. So again, welcome. I'm glad to be back here. Still my normal goofy self. So even though I've had some issues, I'm still me. All right. So like I said, today is July 30th and we leave soon to go to Nova Scotia. That's where I'm from. I was born in Nova Scotia. And as long as I can remember, we've always gone every summer to Nova Scotia to visit family. So my main thing is when I get there, I'm going to get tons and tons of Nan hugs. I miss my Nan. I love her to death. And I can't wait to see her. Yeah, she's 91 or 92, going strong. She does circles around me, which is fabulous. And I love her. So can't wait to see her and get lots and lots of hugs. I told her, I said, minimum per day, 5 hugs. Minimum. She's like, bring it on. She cracks me up. So, yay! So yeah, a long road trip for that. It won't be fun, but whatever. My body just doesn't like it. Mainly my hips and my neck here. Anyways, I'm doing an awful lot of whining already, just starting in here. So, from my last episode, I had mentioned that I was a vendor at the Kawartha Yarn and Fiber Festival. That was June 16th, I think. June 16th, it was a Saturday. Anyways, had a fantastic weekend. It was lovely to see everyone. And for those that do watch, they came up and chatted with me. So hello. It was fun to chat about it and laugh at myself some more. But yeah, it was a really great show. The weather was perfect. for the day. And yeah, it was a really great turnout. The Kawartha Yarn Festival does a really great job at putting it together. And I hope to be there again next year. So watch out for me. Again, my usual top sellers was my circular needle holder. I'll put a couple of pictures up here. That was my #1 top seller, as well as some other bags and my show specials and stuff like that. So thank you again for those that came to visit me at my booth. Okay, so moving along, the quilt behind me. So it's my own design using panels. So this panel is panels of Canadian capital cities. So there's a panel at the top, a Canada map in the middle, and then below is other cities for other provinces. Ottawa repeats twice because it's the capital of Canada. So I'm going to put a little video in here while talking over me. So I made this throw for my son, who is 6'3". And so it's a little narrower. It's a throw blanket, but nice and long for his legs. It's backed with polar fleece, a checked polar fleece, and I'll be showing you all that. And I freehand machine quilted it like I did with my Paddington bear quilt to show you a small, and I'll show you like a small close-ups of that and all the details I did. But here's this check on the back. So it's nice and cozy. And warm, and he loves it. He tends to only really use it when he's not feeling the best. Which most kids, you know, but yeah, he's 18 now, so whenever he goes off to school, not this year but probably next year, he'll probably take this with him, and I might make him another one, who knows, we'll see. But yeah, so now we'll go with what I'm wearing. No, it's what I should be wearing. The 2 times before when I tried to record this podcast, I had everything all set up and everything. And then I had whatever attack. Oh, found out I'm allergic to my other son's guinea pigs. I helped him hold it and to cut its nails. It was horrible. Anyways, had an allergic reaction to its dander, I think. So I have had a time with this all in here. But anyhow, what I should have been wearing and what I was wearing that one other time is a finished project, and it's my Ilha sweater that I had started a while ago. So I just have to hold it up now. So it's cropped, but it's still, you know, the top of my hip probably, the way, because it's got a wider neckline. That's the back, so pretty much the same. And I love it. So I've done it with Remix Light. Hold it up close. Barocco Remix Light in color, where's my note? There it is, 6960. So it's a nice red color. And this yarn, I didn't bring up the paperwork, but it's a mixture of like silk, linen, cotton, merino, like all kinds of different stuff. I'll put a whole list of it down here below. I know I've talked about it before, but I just love it. In the pattern, there's a detail on the side. I didn't bother. I needed round and round and round. I didn't need more detail. But the bottom rib, I just love that. So I've worn this with a dress, just over a dress. And yeah, I really like it. It came out perfect. It's so light and airy. I could have worn it, but setting up and everything, I got really hot in here. And then, yeah, I couldn't do it. So I put on a regular old shirt. Yeah, you might hear banging outside. I think my neighbor's doing some repairs to his patio, deck, whatever, out there. And of course, hopefully my lighting stays pretty good. It's all of a sudden overcast. So hopefully colors stay true when I show it to you. And hopefully we don't get a crazy downpour like we've been getting a lot lately. A lot. Oh, there's my doggy. So my other sort of finish, and I'm so happy. I'm very close to a fully finish, but it's a sort of finish, is my cockatoo braid. Look at that. I got the sleeves on, all the color work done. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Oh, so all that's left now, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, I love it. All that's left now is for me to do my reinforcement stitches. So I just have these here so I have a guide, because it was impossible to tell where I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it the crochet style, reinforce it with the crochet hook and yarn. And then the way Kate Davies does it. So this is the Cockatoo Braid Cardigan by Kate Davies. And I use the Jamieson. Is it Jamieson and Smith? It's the opposite to this one. There's two different, very close names in Scotland. Yes, Jamieson and Smith 2-ply yarn in the called for the pattern. And so you could, for reinforcing your steeks, you can use the sewing machine and stitch onto it, or you can do the crochet style, which I did for my vest that I had done, V-neck vest for the armholes, and here I had done the crochet, or you could do a hand stitch. So this is just a quick basting so I know where to look to get my stitches, to do the reinforcement, and then I get to cut. And then I get to do my ball bands. So I'm I'm playing yarn chicken with the brown. So I have my neckline or my neckband done. So when I reinforce my stitches, I'm going to do it in this cream that's here. And then I'm going to just do a small ball band with no buttonholes. Because Kate Davies in the book, she says that she did it where she did the 2 ball bands or button bands, didn't do buttonholes, sewed on the buttons, but then put it like a ribbon on the inside. And I have that downstairs, but I'll show it all to you when I actually finish it, when I get back from Nova Scotia. But yeah, and then she just put snaps. So you never have to deal with the buttonholes, because I am really playing yarn chicken right now. Worst case scenario, I'll take little bits like this and yeah, we'll see. And my gauge swatch, I'll take that apart, rewind it, and use that if I have to, so I can finish it. But it is so close, so close. So I do the reinforcement, then I cut, then I do my ball bands. Then I'll stitch on the ribbon, the buttons, and then I have to do the armholes. So the armholes are open here on waste yarn, and then you just kind of graft them together. The last time I showed this to you, I believe I was here. So I did all of that since last I saw you guys, because the arms were already done. But from here all the way to the end. Yeah. It's going to look awesome. I can't wait. So it has to be ready for September, because that's when I go to Scotland. And I have to have this ready for Scotland. So very pleased with that. Oops. See, I got little scraps here and there. I have a little bit more than this. Almost a ball. I cut into it, but almost a whole ball in this little bit. And then whatever else I can kind of scrounge about. Anyway. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. I'll fudge it. So that'll be ready for sure for Scotland. I'm so close. So I had posted on my Instagram account for I Can Sew Make That. I had posted that I was going to do my own little Christmas in July. And I was going to do it with an embroidery project, a cross stitch project, and then a knitting project. So I'm going to show you those right now, how far I got. I'll put in a before picture because I have those. And then show you how far I got. So the first one is my, oops, hold on, Snowman from A to Z. It's an embroidery pattern from Crabapple Hill Studios. So this is what it's going to look like. And I've shown this before. And it's all embroidery, mainly backstitch. I'm super anal and have to start with A and then move to B, C, D. I have to do it. It's all good. It's all good. So I finished A during Christmas in July. So there is A. All done. I can't even see. So angels we have heard on high is what it says. And so it's all done. Those stars are all French knots, filled with French knots. All the snowflakes have the French knot ends. Right now, you might still see the shadowing of my guidelines. But once I iron it, they will all disappear. But isn't it cute? So that first top panel is all done. Fold it this way. So very pleased with that. And then my second one, which I'm well on the way, not quite finished, but well on my way, is B for bells. So I've got the scarf almost done, his head all done, and his body all done. So yeah, I'm very pleased with the progress I made on that. And I'm going to continue on. Definitely when I get back from Nova Scotia though, I can't, I'm not taking it with me. It's just, I don't want to take too much stuff. And really and truly, like the heat there, my nan can't have air conditioning. So it gets really hot and muggy sometimes. And, you know, you have to deal with lighting and blah, 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 blah. I'm there to see my nan. Yeah, and spend time with her. So I'll bring knitting, which I will show you. But I won't be bringing any cross stitch or embroidery, anything like that, just because of the whole lighting, setting up, all that jazz. It's just easier just to hang out and knit, because that's easy to do. So the other project I worked on was the Brooks, let me read this, Brooks Books Christmas Advent Animals. So it is a free pattern on their blog post. So I'll link to that down below. Oh, also, I apologize. I still haven't had a chance to put any of the links from the last 2 episodes. It's just been that crazy and brain and iron and you name it. Anyways, eventually I'll put them down there. If you have any questions ever, just really the email below. Email me. I will answer anything. I'm an open book. But if you have questions about any of this stuff, just let me know. So the Brooks books Advent is all free. And so I had finished before this weekend. Oh, I didn't do the before. Hopefully I would have put it, even though I didn't mention it, for the embroidery where I had started. So for the Brooks books, I had Kitty all finished before I had started, and I had Peter Polar Bear almost done. All he needed was there we go, sorry. All he needed was backstitching and stuff. So he's all done. So 1 and 2. Again, I have to go in order. So this is kind of where he was. Like I said, all I really had to do was backstitching and I think a little more of the border. But they're so cute. So during that time, Christmas in July, I started and finished Mary Mouse. Oh, and her tutu. So isn't that sweet? So these are done on 14 count Aida in a pale blue. So I'm going to finish them all stitch-wise before I make them all into ornaments so that they're all consistent. So I finished Mary Mouse and then I started Duncan Dog. So that's where I started. He's got some feet and some snow he's standing on and the border. And I'll put a picture of what he's going to look like here. He's really cute. He's dapper. How fitting that I'm doing Duncan Dog before I go to Scotland with his little tartan. Little Scotty dog. So very happy with this. So, you know, these don't take a lot of time. I wish I would just kind of gravitate to it and sit and do it. I could have it for this Christmas, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I have all my things all cut and ready to go. Big ball of threads in there, flosses, ready to go. So I'm going to continue on Duncan Dog when I get back. And I'm not sure who's next. Each number has a different animal. And they're so cute. They really are so cute. Nice and easy to do. So my other one, my knitting project for Christmas in July, is my Christmas box of socks. But we had a little issue. Blah, blah, blah. I was so upset with myself. I was watching a very good program, obviously. Wasn't paying as much attention because I don't really have to pay too much attention, but obviously I have to pay some attention. And when I had 4 pairs all on one, I am now down to 2. That's where I've separated. I put waste yarn for the heels because I'm going to do afterthought heels. So now I've done these were toe up. And so I'm only that little bit past the heel. So I'll probably go till about that far. Another 2-3 inches. Yeah, probably 3 inches. And then what I'm going to use for the heel, I'll do for the cuff words. Anyhow, so I'm down to 2. I'm so sad. 2 pairs on here because this is what happened to me. I'll show you with this one. It'll probably be easier to see. There we go. I just yanked it off. Where am I? So see, this one, I ended up joining with this one on the one side. Not really noticing. And I kept it separate every single time. And this time I ended up taking the same yarn from the one foot and continuing on to the other foot. So it would have been too awkward to tink back with all the 4 because I would have had to tink back the whole one side. And anyway, so I just yanked them off the needles and I'll just go and stick them back on. afterwards. So sad. I was happy I was going to have 4. I was going to have 4 pairs for Christmas. Anyways, I know I won't get to these 2 now. These 2 are the ones. So this is my Cascade Heritage, and this was one of the Westminster York Spinners. Yorkshire Spinners Sparkle is this one. These won't happen this year, but I'll definitely get them back on the needles and try, and these ones I will definitely have done, and I'm going to continue with these. I'm going to try and at least do 1 or 2 rounds a day when I get back, and then they get done a lot quicker. So, but I'm paying attention each time, drop it, pick up the next one. But I've been doing that all along. I just was, I guess, really, I don't know. Whatever I was watching, I was into, and I shouldn't have been doing this project. But anyways, it is what it is. We'll leave those there. But they're well on their way, those 2 pairs. And I love them. The one is West Yorkshire Spinner, Sparkle Again, Fairy Lights. And then the other one is Vintage Christmas by Timber Yarns. My friend Heather at Timber Yarns. Okay, so, I'm out of breath. That's what happens when you're all congested. I guess I haven't been talking much lately. Okay. So I broke down during Christmas. I think I showed you guys the last time or the time before some different full coverage patterns I had purchased while they were on sale from Heaven and Earth Designs. Here I have it in one of my cross stitch bags, fully kitted. Man, this is heavy. Fully kitted. Let's see. Oh, because the tablet's in there. I don't have a picture of it. I'll put it up here. So it's Watching the World Go By with the little sheepies. And I have all my floss organized in there. And anyways, I haven't made a stitch yet. Again, dealing with all the eye stuff and what have you. But I'm really eager to make a dent on this. So definitely when I come back, I keep saying that. When I come back from Nova Scotia, I'm going to be like crafty crazy. Doing all the things. But I definitely would like to get, you know, they say you work by 10 by 10. I'm going to do cross country. I have no patience for docking my threads and getting it back. I'm just going to take my one thread and find it. I got it all on Pattern Keeper on a free tablet I got with when I did a subscription with my phone quite a few years ago. Anyway, so it's on there, and hopefully it goes well. My first one. It'll probably take a while. I'm very eager to get this one started. And then I probably will start my William Morris one, and I'm pretty sure I showed you all the ones that I had purchased. And I'll put a quick picture of it right here. The William Morris tapestry looking thing. That will take a zillion years, I know. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I might try and start that closer to the new year, like after I get back, fall, winter maybe. But yeah, nothing wrong with having 2 full coverages going at the same time for one that doesn't cross stitch that often. That's all gonna change. It's all gonna change, trust me. Other than that, and the Brooks books for cross stitch, I have been working on I didn't bring it up. It's all set up downstairs because I'm using it as my daily thread that I'm doing at my desk. And it's my Modern Folk Embroidery 2020 family patchwork. I'll put a picture right here. Yeah, I want to try and get that done this year because it's from 2020. I didn't start it in 2020, but, or did I? No, I can't remember. Anyway, I must have. I think I got, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I have it. I would like to have it finished the end of this year. So I am trying to do it where I do at least one length of thread. If I do more than one, hey, that even better. So, so I have it just set up there. I have my dome with all my threads loaded, pull a thread, go. And if I feel like I want to do some more, I do another one. And right now I had to jump down. I was in June, but I jumped down to October because it's right below June so that I can finish the reindeer feet and the rest of the pattern there. So after I finish that, which I'm almost done that, I'm going to be bumping back over and doing July, which is the other half of the middle. Anyways, I'll show it all next time when I come on here, because hopefully I make some really good progress on that, which, yeah, hopefully I get it finished this year. That's my game plan. All right, we're moving right along. I'm talking nice and fast, so that's good. I thought I'd be torturing you with this really long podcast, but so far we're doing good. I'm okay. I don't want to be here bothering you guys too long. Anyhow, excuse me, sorry. So I started my Shetland wool week hat for 2023. Okay, it's called the Buggifloor Beanie by Alison Rendall. So I'll put a picture of kind of the finished pattern patch picture that they have on the pattern. And these are my colors. So, and I am loving how it's coming out. Loving it. So these will all be in my hat. I'm pretty sure I showed them the last time. So the main color is black, and then these are all the accent colors. And I'm trying not to mess with it too much so that I don't lose stitches, because that would be not so good. Anyhow, there we go. I love how it's coming out. Look at that. So that's my hat so far. So I'm going to do a little chunk of red, then there's a little blip with the gold in between, and then it repeats. But isn't that going to be striking? I bought my raincoat for Shetland as well, and North Face raincoat. So it's long, it goes to like mid-thigh. So if it's torrential rain, my legs and butt are covered. So, oh, it's gonna look awesome. See? So for sure, when I get back, I'll have this done. I'm gonna be working on it this week. Like tonight, I'll be working on it. And the rest of the week till we leave. So yeah, I'm gonna have quite a bit done already by the time I head for Nova Scotia. I'm not bringing it with me to Nova Scotia because I can't drive. Oh, this is one of my small drawstring bags. Perfect, fits everything. I can't read and look down and read while driving, or having even someone else drive, moving in the vehicle, I should say. On a train, I'm fine. On a plane, I'm fine. But in a car, not so much. I get really nauseous. And who wants to feel like that? So I sit with my audiobooks, with my noise canceling headphones, and as long as I have a project that I can just knit round, because I don't have to look at all for that. I can glance down every once in a while, but I need something where I don't need to be looking at a pattern. So I have 2 sweaters that I've gotten to the point of just knitting round and round, which I'm going to show you next. And then I also have, I was making for my husband and my other son, sock snake. So I still haven't finished that sock snake. It's usually the one that I take to like appointments, and you know, when I was in the hospital recently, I took that there, and you know, waiting rooms, that kind of stuff. Oh, knit and nosh. When we go to knit and nosh, I take that because it's just magic loop. Round, 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 round. So that I'm taking. I didn't bring it up. I'll show it to you when it's done, because I want to make sure that's done this time on this trip, because last year I took that, theirs, and mine and Rowan's, and I finished mine and Rowan's sock snake. So yeah, but this year I am taking my Faded Frenzy. It's by Andrea Yetman. I'm not doing mine as a fade. The yarn I'm using, it's a slub yarn, so that's the yarn. See all the little slubs in that pretty color. There's no color name. It's by Wool Interrupted. I'll show you the ball band. Wool Interrupted, and it's a merino nep. That's all the details. 464 yards, and it's 85% superwash merino and 15% white colored nep. I don't know what the nep is, just some kind of cotton, I guess, that they blend in. Hand dyed by Emma. The lady that owns the company, she's so nice, super nice, and I'm pretty sure she runs the Muskoka Yarn Festival in Bracebridge, I think. It's always too close for me to Kawartha time-wise for having product ready, so I haven't been able to go to that one. But yeah, it sounds like it's a really good show. So this one is well on its way. I've separated for the sleeves, so you do the front, back, you know, kind of like up at the top, and then you join after so many. And it's nice because I only have the 2 skeins of that, so I only have 2 cakes. I have this is what's left of the first cake. This is my next one, so I'm pretty darn close. And it put that back in my bag. When you cast on, like this is the neckline, so I don't have to pick up. Just when I block it, I'll just make sure it's nice and not as rolled. And you do, when you're doing the back and forth, you do the edging for your sleeves. So it's, when I get to the bottom, I'm done. I'm like done. I don't have to pick up and do anything. So see, that is, it's hard to tell, especially with the nubs. There you go. There's a ribbing. It's curling a bit, so I'll have to really work at blocking that nice. So yeah, so I am at the point of just going round and round and round. Nice and easy, don't have to look. And this is how far I am from joining at the sleeve. So I have the body to do, and I'm going to do it till all that yarn is done, really. So I don't know if it'll be longish or croppedish, or we'll see what happens. But it's very nice and lightweight. Another great sweater to have. I'm looking forward to that one. And I believe this is a free pattern as well. Yes, it is. It's a free pattern. So that's nice as well. And the other one is the popular sweater that a lot of people are making. It's the Surrey Shirt. So there's 2 versions. There's the Surrey crew neck, and then there's a Surrey v-neck. So I have the pattern for the v-neck as well. But I started with the crew. And I'm doing mine. I'll show you it so far. And like I said, this is the front. I put a stitch marker so I knew which the front was. There we go. So it's in this pretty coral. That doesn't even... Look at the face I'm making. This isn't really true color. It's brighter than what it actually is, and it's showing more pink than coral. Anyways, so this is the Surrey shirt, so I'll show you here what it's going to look like. I would have done that too for the Faded Frenzy, but this is what it's going to look like. And so you do the front, back, blah, 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 and then you join. So this is how far I am from joining at the sleeve. So I'm at the point where I just go round, around, 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 and it has a split hem. So I'll just keep going till I reach the measurement. And do that, and then you pick up for the neckline, and it has a really nice wide neck band, and then you pick up for the sleeves as well. So this one you have a little bit more picking up to do, but that's okay, doesn't bother me. But yeah, it's a pretty coral color. So I'm doing it out of the Barocco Vintage Sock, which is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. And it's in color 12077. I wish they had names. No, it looks more pink. It's coral. It's a heathered coral. Like, yeah, it shows more pink. There's nothing I can do about that. But it's lovely. I love it. I love it. It's going to look great. And I will wear this like crazy. Yeah, I'll wear it with dresses. Probably wear it with white mostly. Where's the ends? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. It just tucked in on itself. I thought for sure I would have lost stitches. We're safe. Did you see the panic in my face? Oh my gosh. Anyhow, so these two sweaters I am bringing with me to do, there's my hook it up bags. No, like my knitting back and forth and just hanging out with the family and knitting around. I don't have to worry about it. So those and the sock snake are what I'm taking with me. So, yeah, I should make really good progress on both of those while I'm away. Because I have to be sitting there. And really and truly, the coral one, the last one I just showed you, the Surrey shirt, I really shouldn't have started that one. I have lots of whips. Oh, I have a list downstairs. Forgot to bring it. It's all good. But I was sitting there one day and I was like, I need to start something. I need to start a new project. I need to cast on. So I had swatched for quite a few different sweaters. So that was one of them. I was like, yep, let's go. You know, it's a nice, easy one to start. And that's the one I got to knitting. So, but I've already made great progress. And again, I needed that project that just went round, 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 round. And, you know, while I'm sitting there in the car, I don't drive much between my son and my husband. They do most of all the driving now. I just sit there with my audiobook and then I can really go to town. So yeah, I might just bring, no, I'm going to buy some stuff. Hopefully when I go, my one friend Leo, her name's Leanne, we call her Leo. She owns a yarn shop called the Violet Unicorn in Eastern Passage in Nova Scotia. And it's along kind of a boardwalk on the one side of Halifax, the bay or whatever that is there, the water, across from the harbor front. And I haven't had a chance in the last couple of years to go down and visit her in her shop. So I am definitely doing that this time. My aunt and I are going to head down. We have to go to a whole quilt thing. Maybe I'll have pictures and I'll talk about it later. But yeah, so I'm going to get to go and see Leo and her shop, and it's really sweet and quaint. It was the show Sullivan's Crossing, when they're walking along the boardwalk, I guess they were going for lunch, they passed her store as part of the set. It was so cool because they record that show in Nova Scotia. So looking forward to going to see her and to actually get to see her shop finally. And the rest of the time I'm just going to be hanging out with my Nan. So yeah, she'll be baking up a storm before we get there. And I'm going to bring my immersion blender so that I can make lasagna for her, my lasagna. She cooks like crazy the whole time we're there, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to bring that and I'm going to make it for her. I did it one time when I was there. Sorry, bird right close to the window. With crushed tomatoes. I usually do mine with whole tomatoes and use the immersion blender, so it's a little more liquidy, more watery, but not watery. Anyhow, and I had used the crushed tomatoes and went to go stir it, and it went bloop, 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 and burned me right on the inside of my arm. I used to have a scar, but I don't see the scar anymore. Anyways, it hurt. It blistered. It hurt for weeks. I'm like, yeah, I'm never using that stuff again. So I will bring my immersion blender so I can make it my way for my Nan and the rest of the gang that will all be there. So like I said multiple times, when I get back from Nova Scotia, I'm going to be extra crafty, and I'm also going to try and get my house super organized. I've been working on that lately. We had a bin here on our driveway and we trashed a whole bunch of stuff. It felt wonderful. Oh, the rain started. Oh my gosh, we've had crazy rain a lot lately. Anyways, and so yeah, so I'm gonna do some more fine tuning and organizing in my house before my trip to Scotland, and you know, finish my projects that I want for them. I will definitely pop in here after my trip from Nova Scotia. Maybe I'll have some pictures of where we've been. There's Peggy's Cove in Halifax. I'm not going to Peggy's Cove this year. It's out of the way. Like you have to take a day to do it. It's worth it. It's beautiful. Hopefully you have fantastic weather from when we went years ago. It's beautiful. Apparently people didn't listen very well, so they have more you know, the signs everywhere say stay off the rocks, but no, people have to still go down there and take pictures, and had a couple of emergency situations over there. So there's bars now and railings and all that kind of stuff. But it is still beautiful, even though it has all that stuff there. And yeah, it's really great. So after I get back from Nova Scotia, I hope to be a little bit more regular. Hopefully this starts to clear up. Oh man, but thank you so much for coming back. And if you're just finding me, welcome again. And I will hopefully have all the stuff down below for you. If you have any questions, just email me anytime and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right. So take care, everyone. Happy crafting, and I will see you soon. Bye.